Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
Sup, you're an NRI student and you're tackling the NEET application. It can feel like you're trying to solve a giant puzzle, right? Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down that entire complicated procedure into a super simple, step-by-step guide just for you.
Look, if you're a student or a parent trying to do this from outside India, you already know the deal. It feels like this maze of weird requirements, confusing fields, and, let's be honest, some really frustrating technical glitches. But don't you worry, that's exactly why we're here, to untangle this whole thing for you. We've laid out a clear roadmap for you. We'll kick things off with a pre-application checklist, what you need before you start. Then we'll walk through the 4 main phases: the NTA registration, filling out the application itself, uploading all your documents, and finally, that final submission.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about preparation. Seriously, getting all your ducks in a row before you even open the website is the single best thing you can do to avoid stress and those annoying session timeouts.
You're going to want to have these items right by your side. Make sure you're already logged into your email accounts because some of those one-time passwords, the OTPs, can expire in like 30 seconds. And this is a big one. If you're a parent filling this out, the student absolutely has to be there with you. There's a live photo step later, and trust me, you do not want to be scrambling when that clock is ticking.
All right, you've got your tools ready? Perfect. Let's dive into phase 1, actually creating your account. This is where you officially register on the National Testing Agency, or NTA, portal.
So you'll head over to the official NEET website and hit New Registration. You're going to fill out your personal details and make sure they match your official documents, like your passport, exactly. For the address, go ahead and put in your current international one. You know, Fremont, California, or wherever you are.
Okay, listen up, because this is a tiny detail that causes huge headaches. When you type your name, just double check that you didn't accidentally hit the spacebar at the end. The system is super sensitive, and this little trailing space is probably the #1 reason people get a weird error, leaving them totally confused.
And here it is, probably the biggest question on every single NRI applicant's mind. The form asks for an Aadhaar number, which, you know, is India's national ID. A lot of you just don't have one, so what are you supposed to do? So here's the deal based on how it's worked in the past. Usually there's an option to use your passport number for ID instead. What often happens is that right when the application launches, the system has this little glitch where that option is missing. The main thing is, don't panic. This problem usually gets fixed pretty quickly and the passport option will show up. Once your account is set up, you're on to the main event, the application form. It's broken down into about 12 different sections, but let's just focus on the fields that are really important for you as an NRI candidate.
Okay, this part's important. Under nationality, make sure you choose non-resident Indian. Now for category, there's only one right answer: general. NRI students aren't eligible for the other reservation categories, so this is a must select. Everything else, like country of residence, should just reflect where you are now. Now, let's talk exam centers. This is a big one for planning. As it stands, there are no test centers in the United States. Yep, that means students will have to travel. For families in the US, the popular choices are usually centers in cities like Dubai or Abu Dhabi. You'll get to pick your preferences right in the form. We've made it to phase 3, uploading all your documents. This is the section that can cause a ton of technical headaches, so let's walk through it carefully to make sure it's smooth sailing for you.
And here's that moment I mentioned where the student needs to be right there. The system is going to turn on your webcam for a live photo. Pro tip, find a plain white background and make sure the student's face takes up about 80% of that frame. The system can be really picky, so getting this right on the first try saves so much frustration.
This table breaks down exactly what you'll need. Just notice the different file formats and, of course, the size limits. Your photos, signature, and fingerprints all need to be JPGs, but your 10th certificate and address proof have to be PDFs. Getting these sizes and formats right before you start uploading is the secret to success here.
And here's another little tip that makes a world of difference. Don't try to select all your files at once. Choose one file, click that upload button, wait for it to confirm, and then move on to the next one. If you try to do them all in one go, the system will probably only see the last one you picked, and you'll have to do it all over again.
You are on the home stretch. This last phase is all about double-checking, actually triple-checking, your work and finally getting this thing submitted.
The application fee for anyone applying from outside of India is 9,500 Indian rupees. You'll get sent over to a payment gateway where you can complete the transaction with whatever payment method you prefer.
Now, before you pay, the system gives you this complete summary of your entire application. This is your final chance to catch any little typos or mistakes. Seriously, go through every single detail, names, dates, everything. And if you spot something wrong, don't sweat it. You can use the menu on the side to jump back to any section and fix it. And just like that, with your final submission and that payment confirmation, you are done. You did it. You have successfully navigated the NRI NEET application. The hard part with all the paperwork is officially over.
So, with this huge administrative hurdle out of the way, all your focus can now shift back to what really matters, preparing for the exam. Which leaves just one question, right? What's the next big step you're going to take to turn this application into an actual admission?